Next, it's time to hear from the, I would say, man of the match. We have the outgoing president of Sri Lanka Kuwait chapter, Mr. Dimuthu Ethugala. Sir, over to you.
Mother Nature teaches us many lessons, always. Chinese bamboo tree is another great parable, which I'm going to share with every one of you today. Like any other seed, planting of Chinese bamboo tree also requires nurturing, fertilizing, watering, and sunlight. But in the first year, you don't see anything coming out from the soil, but you got to nurture it. The second year, the third year, the fourth year, you're not going to see a tiny little sprout emerging out of the soil, but you will continue to nurture it in a way, watering, fertilizing. But in the fifth year, that tiny little sprout gonna emerge and grows up to 80 feet in just 6 weeks' time. That tiny little seed, dormant, underground for that many years, and all of a sudden grows for 80 feet in 6 weeks? Something to think about. The chief guest for today, the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, and the president of the South Asian Federation of Accountants, Mr. Heshana Kuruppu, Ms. Nagam Al-Ghanim, distinguished officer from the Kuwait Accountants and Auditors Association, the chairman of the Indian Chartered Accountants Institute in Kuwait, Robin Gonsalves, and the vice chairman, Aditya Vikram. Distinguished invitees, past presidents, senior chartered accountants, sponsors, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. It gives me a great pleasure and sense of satisfaction to address every one of you once again as the 7th president of this prestigious chapter. My memory goes back to 2019 when I got appointed as the general secretary of this prestigious chapter. I got the privilege to work alongside two great presidents, Sanjeeva and Mangala, and also some amazing executive committee members. Together, we had so much memories, which I'm going to cherish forever, I'm sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take you all through the activities that we have conducted during last 2 years, because you have seen them in this giant screen. Instead, I would like to discuss something about what we have been talking about the past couple of years. Our collective vision with the long-term perspective has been instrumental in fostering partnerships with many other institutions in Kuwait. Signing this historical MOU is another classic example of that endeavor. So I must take this opportunity to thank once again to Kuwait Accountants and Auditors Association for this great collaboration. As His Excellency always mentions, we being one of the elite groups, or rather a Sri Lankan association in Kuwait, we have that vested interest to work towards the perception building of our very own Sri Lankans. Keeping that in mind, whenever we conduct some events, we try to be aligned with that. Launching of this Hub magazine, the ideology you all got already, is another example for that. Robin Gonsalves, Heshana Kuruppu, Rizky Rasuluddin, Tushan De Silva, Shiraz Mateen, and Asoka Rupasinghe. Thank you so much for accepting our proposal to be featured in this inaugural magazine. Being one of the committee members of this magazine, I must tell you, it was a nightmare. But thanks to the chairman, Samantha, and the hardworking committee and the sponsors, finally we managed to launch it today. Thank you so much, everyone, for that great effort. Finally, we did it. Well, I haven't discussed anything about the past events, but I must attribute that positive outcome of all these activities to our very own members. Without your participation, none of these activities would have been a success. So we expect from every one of you the same participation in all the events to come. I will fail in my duties if I haven't mentioned about our young, energetic executive committee members. Your hard work and the commitment, we have seen the results. I'm sure I'm going to miss every one of you. My 2 decades long friendship with Riaz, from student society to the member society, is going to continue. In fact, nothing has changed. Riaz still has his hair and I lost my hair. That's the only change. So I take this opportunity to congratulate the incoming executive committee, the president, Riaz Jamaldeen, the vice president, Nandana Kalubovila, Sachini Arya Vikrama, the general secretary, and Chatura, Jayasanka, the treasurer, and the young execo members for eventful years to come. Last but not least, my family front, my wife, or rather my extended family, my brother-in-law, for all the support and the understanding during the last 5 years. I think I haven't failed in my family front because my wife is about to deliver the 3rd baby in a couple of weeks' time. Thank you so much, Andima and Samantha, for being guiding stars for me, as always. Coming back to the bamboo story. It's not that tiny little sprout emerges 80 feet in 6 weeks. Instead, it was growing underground, strengthening its root system that many years to support its future potential growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is your Chinese bamboo sprout? It could be your career, or for me, it could be my kids. I want to see them win the world one day. But together, for every one of us, our Chinese bamboo sprout is our chapter. So let's continue to fertilize it, water it, and make its roots further stronger. So one fine day, our chapter will not only lead our members, but it will give the leadership to our very own Sri Lankan community in Kuwait. With that thought, let me conclude my short speech because Riaz told me don't take more than 5 minutes. I had to respect him, incoming president. My love and care will be always with you all. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the evening.